What's going on? Oh, all right. It's Saturday morning. I got here late last night, about 9:30, 10. Drank beers and hung out by the fire. It was raining on the way out. It was like thunder, lightning by my house, and it was a couple hours here. So yeah, I didn't record much because when I got here, I had a couple beers, and then it started to sprinkle a little. I had to set up the tent. I brought the tent. I didn't bring the trailer. And yeah, so I just said I'll just make a video. Start in the morning on Saturday. I'm with the clampers for hemorrhoid, and it's 2024. About 6:30 in the morning. I went to bed about 1:30. So yeah, I'm feeling great right now. Stay tuned. All right, we're up. Everybody's eating breakfast. Here's my breakfast. Hunk of bacon chunks, 2 sausages, actually 3 because I already ate one, 3 eggs, over easy. And got the tent a little wet, a little rain overnight, got the flags up. We're leaving in about 10-15 minutes. So I need to eat that breakfast and get going, drink my coffee and get my stuff rolling. So we're going on a trek to go on some adventures, learn some history along the way. This is the lineup, getting it going. It's kind of a small group. I think the weather maybe had something to do with it. Here we are, look at new truck, pretty sweet. But yeah, so these are the diehards, the important people, and then there's me and Eric, 2 morons and Boron. We're gonna have some fun. Greg and Garth, they're gonna stay in camp. Greg's over here cooking or cleaning.
Miss Daisy, it's driving a moron to Boron.
Yep, too late, already got it. 2 morons and Boron.
Here.
All right, we're at an air base. It says no cameras, so I gotta hide from Jeremy. He's gonna be pissed if he sees this video. So I couldn't take pictures or film in front of him. He'd be all pissed off, but you know. I was told by someone, I'm not gonna say their name, they said go for it. It's an old Air Force. We learned some history, so that's not gonna be on this video, but the next stops we do, it'll be on there. Pretty cool stop, a lot of cool history. All right, here we are pulling in to the Antelope Valley Rural Museum. Pretty cool, has a lot of tractors, a lot of equipment. We're gonna go check it out. The Challenger Memorial Center as well. Here's all of our group pulling in. Warmed up a bit. Time to take off a jacket. Still have people coming around over there, all the way around the building. Got a decent group. Look at this is the clamper's first sand rail right here. Pretty cool. It is a Ford though. Yeah. 95% of Fords are on the road. 5% of them made it home. That's what I heard.
Musical road that's brand new, that's dedicated to R. Lee Ernie.
Nice.
Emory, sorry. And you gotta go 45 miles an hour. It's good, it sounds good. If you drive on 45, but the music notes are only on the right side, your right side tires. You gotta line up your right side tires and go 45, and that one sounds really good. And it's like maybe not even a year old. And so that's that. So that, anybody familiar with the Yucca Man?
It's a rumor.
So Yucca Man, the Mojave Bigfoot, the Sierra Highway Devil, the Borrego Sandman, and Marvin of the Mojave are all names for the desert version of the mysterious Sasquatch.
That's Tim.
Can you add Tim to that? Red shirt.
So, Native Americans from the Antelope Valley have numerous tales about the hairy devils, but in the 60s and 70s, as this area developed, the sightings increased. Bigfoot surfaces again in Palmdale was a headline in the Antelope Valley Daily Ledger Gazette in 1973. In that same year, a sighting by 3 Marines in Lancaster prompted vigilante groups to seek out the creature, with one mistakenly opening fire on the other. There was nighttime sightings of a large hairy bipedal creature running along Highway 14 near the junction of Pear Blossom Highway prompted the name Sierra Highway Devil. And at Edwards Air Force Base, Yucca Man was repeatedly seen on security cameras, sometimes in family groups. And in some cases, Air Force Base police were sent down into the underground catacombs chasing after them. In 2009, the base officially acknowledged the sightings in their Air Force Base newsletter, Inside Edwards, with an article talking about blue eyes sightings by officers who worked on the base from 73 to 79. And in 1971, over at 29 Palms Marine Base, Yucca Man allegedly knocked out a guard, knocked him unconscious, and bent the barrel of his rifle. The soldier reported the creature had glowing red eyes and smelled horrible. And there were other sightings that in that nearby neighborhood, and allegedly the CIA and the FBI investigated the incident. In 1988, 2 Marines coming down from the San Bernardino Mountains after a day of skiing spotted one near the Mitsubishi concrete facility in Lucerne Valley.
I don't know who even plaqued that.
They referred to that as the cement monster. And there's been multiple sightings in Joshua Tree National Park where campers report their tents being unzipped by smelly creatures.
What about their Levi's? I know him.
And there's also been lots of sightings down in the Borrego Springs area where they have referred to them as the Borrego Sandman, including in 1988, 2 men searching for the Sandman who was being blamed for some unsolved murders for victims being torn apart. The men claimed to have shot one and shipped the body to San Diego. However, the corpse went missing in transit.
Sure.
They got unzipped.
That's all I got.
Okay. If you look at, you'll notice if you look at your shirt real well that there's the Yucca Man is actually driving the land speed car on the back of your shirt. We'll take a look.
I have not checked in and got my shirt
and
yet.
it might or might not look a little bit like Tim. I should. So the Antelope Valley, the Antelope Valley, the industry here was primarily agriculture that goes way back, and this particular museum, I think primarily, although there's a lot of other cool displays, that's what you see here, a lot of ag equipment and whatnot. And there's actually some they used to do would you mind talking about that a little bit? Tell us about the Rural Olympics and the Queens and all that fun stuff.
Sure. We used to have probably 23 communities up here, all around the valley, east side, west side, Antelope Acres, Lancaster, Palmdale, Forts Hill, Rancho Vista. All of them, these communities had queens. And there was the fair was the big contest for them. They'd have it 3 or 4 months ahead of time, and then the queens would reign over the fair at that time. And there was always, out of those community queens, there was a Miss Antelope Valley. And so that was it on the queens. We have a big display about it. One of our members was a Miss Antelope Valley, and she put together something like that, and we had a reunion for them, and there was 120 queens showed up, which was real nice. A group about your size, so that would have been just perfect.
Yeah. The right kind of queens, guys. The right kind of queens. The right kind.
And this museum actually started with Bill Rollins, Dave Pickus, and myself. Bill is someplace back there taking pictures, I believe. And it started as the Rural Olympics Hall of Fame, where we were trying to honor the Rural Olympics competitors. And over the years, we've got the legends of the Rural Olympics. My wife's grandfather was the man that basically started this fair in 1938, going back and forth to Sacramento and establishing the 50th District Agriculture Association, or 50th DAA. Now this fair is run by 4 different boards. You know, progress, right? bureaucracy at its finest. But anyway, that's how it works. It's a good program. We moved from Avenue I and Division Street in when they established that fairgrounds, all the local farmers donated a load of hay. And they sold that hay through San Fernando Mill, and that's how the other fairgrounds got started. They bought the property and then built the fairgrounds out of it. A lot of people were really concerned when they moved from that fairgrounds to here because of losing the character of the old fairgrounds. Well, my remembrance of the character of the old fairgrounds was walking through this much sewage to get to the restrooms all the time. So we have really nice restrooms here now and good plumbing. So anyway, and then there was always electrical outages. Everything was, when they built it in 1938, that's what stayed there. So they moved to here, and that's when we started developing this Rural Olympics Hall of Fame. And we honored the members of that. The Rural Olympics was a contest where they used agricultural type contests. There were a couple that weren't, but they just evolved from agriculture. Our first event was using our bale wagons, which you'll see one inside. It's similar to that machine over there that's in the back. And you pick up 62 bales and tip it up. Now the things have cabs, air conditioning, computer control. So you can program how your stack wants to be, how many ties you want to put in it, and everything else, so you can barn the hay, and it's set up for squeezes. Our second event was trucking events, where you take a truck and trailer and back it through chutes. We had a gravel truck and trailer transfer event that they would pull their gravel trucks in and dump both the trailer and the truck, and then hook back up and back it through the chutes again. Pretty skilled truck drivers. That's what it amounts to. Then we would have our other hay contests. We started a skid steer contest, and that our main contestants were all cat employees from our local Quinn Caterpillar. So that kind of died out because there wasn't much competition. Then we had a potato race where we started with antique cars. They had to be at least 35 years old. And now that we've got all the hot rods in there and everything, it doesn't do you any good to go fast. A Model T can go fast as a 400, 500 horsepower car doing this. Every 50 feet there was a potato. You had to pick up that potato with a spear that was about this long, and you had to hold the spear about 2 feet up on the spear, so you weren't just reaching down and picking the potato up. Put it in the car and then keep going. Fast times on that was 17.8 to 18 seconds. So go 300 feet, 5, every 50 feet. Start line, first potato would come up at 50 feet, and then you go, and then the last potato, and then another 50 feet, so it's 300 feet total. So the good guys, it's just real smooth. It's no super accelerating and braking and everything. Then our other contests, we had a squeeze contest where they would take the hay and take it off of a truck. There were 3 loads on. They would take it off of a truck, put it into a stack, and then take that stack and move it back and put it on the truck. Our last contest was using a machine like this green beast over here. It actually came off of our ranch, and I have way too many hours on that thing. But they would take, at the final, it was 48 bales. They were on a truck, stacked 3 high. And they were on the ground. You would take that machine, load them onto the truck, 3 high. Then you would back the truck 100 feet back, and you would unload it by hand. And on the last, the top stack would come off first, and then the guys would be pulling 4 bales at a time across the trailer and putting them on the ground. So when I was a kid and running that thing, the bales were 125 to 135 pounds. Now you go to the feed stores and you're lucky to get a 90-pound bale. They're usually about 75.
Biodynamics.
So, you know, but that's how feed stores get you. They don't sell it by the pound at a feed store, they sell it by the bale.
Yeah.
And when we were ranching on the east side, we sold our hay by the pound all the time. We never sold it, we did cubes at our place, the little hay cubes. But that was the last event of the Rural Olympics. We called it the World Championship Hay Bucking Contest.
Please come out and support this group. These folks park, I'm not kidding, 5 miles away because they won't pay $2 to park, but there are 50,000 cars there. This is the best fair going. Because of traffic and stuff, when my daughters were little, I brought them out to the fair, and I didn't know it was Handicapped Child's Day at the fair. We got here at 1 in the afternoon to beat the crowds, and they said, no, you can't get in until 6. So what do? So I went out to my Toyota truck. I put the kids, this is horrible, sunglasses and clamper canes. You heard this story. Had them pretend they were blind. So we're walking in, and it's $2 to get in. They said, oh, no, you're free. Go. I said, no, I want to pay. So I got the kids in, and they took their shit off. We had the whole place to ourselves. It was great. My little daughter still has problems with that. Another quick story, you guys remember at Lone Pine, I had the cast on my arm. I had major shoulder surgery. I was working a motorcade with Bernie Sanders, and we were all over this area, Bakersfield. It's 4 days, never got to go home. Had Hamilton Kim riding right next to me, and I was the lead motor, and they sent me up to get a suspicious bag out of the road. It's 5 miles up. The Secret Service helicopter picked it up, so I blasted up there, and it was a bag of concrete waste, about 100 pounds in one of those heavy nylon bags, had a bunch of baling wire. Well, there was an actress in the rear car, and we were joking and stuff. You spend 4 days, you don't go home, and she would always come to me and joke, hey, where's the funny guy on the Harley, and I'd tell all kinds of stories and shit like that. Anyway, so I go to throw the bag off over the shoulder, but I waited till the motorcade passed, and I wanted to show off and spin and throw this bag. Baling wire got caught on my watch, and when Anne Hathaway passed, not only was she on her laptop, not even watching me, I threw it over the guardrail. I went. Tumbled about 80 feet down. They all left me. There's the bike with the lights, and where the hell Scooter Trash? He's gone. So anyway, I caught back up to the motorcade. We parked right in the back there, and I couldn't pull my clutch in for like 6 months. Finally at a clamber event, Mark Sherman says, hey, you got to call this. Your shoulder's jacked. No, I'm never going to go see a doctor. And yeah, I went and they said, oh, your labrum's completely torn. What'd you do? The moral of the story is don't show off for hot chicks on Sierra Highway.
One other thing. My experience with your group is from San Luis Obispo, the Central Coast chapter up there. And
Peter LeBeck?
And this was many years ago. When I was at college up there. And there was a man named Loomis that was the head of our fraternity, and he had Lumix feeds up there with the PCA and everything else. And he would always call the fraternity, he was one of our founding fathers, for servers to come out and help serve you guys at barbecues. And Santa Maria style barbecue is one of the best barbecues in the world as far as I'm concerned.
Greg Seamus.
But we were out in the middle of Pozo and the forest up there and all over the place up there several times. And you guys are nothing but fun. Okay?
Lost Loomis was that name.
Yep. And I don't think I've ever drank that much in my life. Keep it up.
Satisfactory. All right, we're heading in here to the museum. Take a quick walk through. Check it out. Look at this. Beautiful tractor. 1954. That's the year my parents were born. Look at this. 1936. Very darn cool. Look at that jack.
You got it, my brother.
That's the Clamper's first sand rail. Clamper's first sand rail right there.
I like that shit, man.
1947 Diamond T. Man, this place is very cool. Chevrolet bench. Oh, yeah. This is awesome. They have a lot of stuff in here. So much to see. Look at the spark plugs.
I remember these days. I remember
The
when they
gas
did
pumps.
that. I remember we had the glass on top, and I want 5
You can see the
gallons,
fuel.
And I put it, and it fills it
Yeah.
up. And that's it. It was a flow or whatever they call it. Oh God,
That's awesome.
this is.
And Harold here, one of my old school brothers, man.
Oh,
when I
yeah.
was a PVC, I remember you.
Oh yeah.
Get
You
that
always
rope.
a-
Yeah. Always. Once a PVC, always a PVC. Oh, yeah.
Man, the history of it
Yeah. This is amazing how much stuff they have here and the condition it's
is
in.
blowing me away. To me, that would be a lawnmower motor, but what is it? 4-cylinder bridge, Stratton, discrete load for okay. That'd be a lawnmower motor. And these caps, I used to do these. If I'm not mistaken, it's an air pump, isn't it? I know it's a motor, but I don't know if that's the air. I think it's the air pump. Gas was 15 cents a gallon. Oh my God.
Times have changed, huh?
Yeah, no shit.
Dodge caps. Some real Americana.
I know how to drive one of these tractors. I couldn't do the others. I remember that. My granddaddy used to have a tractor like that.
Just to get out there and drive with them.
Yeah.
That's
He
cool.
let us drive in the field.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Oh my God. Flathead. That's a 6.
Straight.
Yeah, that's a straight. That's an 8. That's not a 6. I think it's all float filter. Oh my God. Look at history. Oh my God, I love this shit. They don't do these anymore. I love
No,
that.
I just bought my daughter for Christmas a record player.
Really?
Yeah.
I hope she can find some vinyl.
Yeah. I've been buying her vinyl. They still have it.
Really?
Yeah. It's like a cool thing now, you know?
Oh, and I know
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Just kind of walk through. Look at that. Willie's Jeep. That is in nice condition. That is awesome. 1948 Willie's Jeep. So cool. Just kind of make a quick run through. A lot of cool stuff, huh?
A lot of cool stuff.
Amazing the condition it's all in, too. Crazy. That's so cool. Making dog tags. Look at that machine. Amazing. Still works. So cool. Look at that. Beautiful. Old piano. Man. Look at it. John Wayne himself. I mean, some of the out-of-staters, they just don't think that us Californians still have this kind of stuff or are into this kind of stuff. We're here. Look at that jukebox. 1947 Rock-Ola jukebox. So awesome. Love it. Alright, our next stop right here at Blackbird Park. Blackbird's R71. said that wrong. I'm sorry. Awesome.
Single seater.
SR71? Yeah, that's what it is. So cool. We have this one here as well. Sorry for moving it so fast. This guy does a tour, explains everything, but look how massive this is. It's crazy. This is massive. It's insane. Jet engine, look at that thing. Just for comparison, that's my hand. For the rest of that. Jeez. Very cool. This other guy's doing a tour and explains a lot, but I don't know if we're going to be doing that because people are scattered everywhere. All right, we are on Arlie-Ermy Musical Highway in Palmdale, California. So when we drive on it, you can hear the music that it makes driving on the road. It's pretty cool. Let this car pass because you have to go 45 miles an hour when you're driving on it. And you'll be able to hear it from the tire noise. Pretty cool.
Got it.
Nice. All right, we're over here in Boron, the fountain in memory of Brent and Cindy Holmes. The Boron Aerospace Museum. Yep, got the flagpole, that's for sure. Gonna check it out over here. The old Air Force jet. Plane, not sure what you'd want to call it. I'm up on this little road above camp. Some interesting information. This property, the guy that we rented this from, the property was up this high. All that's dug out down there. The state of California paid this guy $1 million to use the dirt for the Highway 58 for one of the bridges. Pretty interesting. Yeah, this hole in the ground is what we're staying in. The dirt was excavated for Highway 58. This is the HEMI trip. People, it's a little smaller group, but these don't bring as many people as the bigger events, but they're still fun. We had a great time. Learned some history. Checked out all kinds of little shops and talked to people that are locals. It was fun. And we still have tonight and tomorrow festivities, and yep, carry on. All right, what's going on? It's just after midnight. Started to sprinkle a little bit. You can probably hear it. Secured the stove, the cast iron pans, everything I don't want to get wet, put in the truck and put it in trash bags, covered all the lids on my totes. Yep, just hanging out in the tent, me and myself and I. And me and Greg are hanging out by the fire, but started to sprinkle. I'm like, I'm going to, in my tent, going to bed, but not really all that tired. Yeah, it's been a good weekend. Had a great time. Visited a lot of museums, checked out stuff, learned a lot of history. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There'll be more to come in the morning. Probably just gonna go to a little Mexican food joint down here in Boron, maybe a mile or two down the road. See what happens. Stay tuned to see. All right, Sunday morning. Been up for a little while. Had half a cup of coffee. We're all breaking down. Most people have left. There's still a few people here, maybe half left. Yeah, it was a good time. I'm gonna have another cup of coffee. Rained again last night, obviously. Showed it in the video. Yeah, it was awesome time. I don't think I drank one sip of water yesterday. All I had was beer and whiskey. It's not good. So I'm gonna drink this coffee and then start drinking water. Cause I got work tomorrow and I do physical labor, so I gotta hydrate up. Oh yeah, here comes the lid with Greg.
Hey,
Greg.
what you doing?
Garth over there, breaking down the tent. It's still a little wet, so I'm gonna let it dry out. I'm gonna wipe it down with paper towels. I'll have to take it down at home and set it back up and do all that so it doesn't get mildew. All right, you guys, going to breakfast here shortly too. All right, we're going and having breakfast. We have Garth over here. He's got a chicken fried steak. Greg went to the bathroom. He's got chicken fried steak, hash browns, and eggs. And I got a huevos rancheros. I just figure I love chicken fried steaks, my go-to, but when I'm in a Mexican food restaurant, I want huevos rancheros. And they said beans, rice, or hash browns. I said both, please. So I just remembered I started to crack my eggs open. I was about to start eating. I was like, wait, I got to record this. So I was able to stop myself. I'm hungry, and I'm drinking my water now, hydrating up. All right. Yeah, we're in a desert town out here in the middle of nowhere called Boron, and it's funny, we went inside and had breakfast, and on the door, Toothless Wonders, get your teeth fixed, you know what I'm saying? Get off the shit. Oh yeah, what was this place called? It was good. 20 Mule Cafe. 20 Mule. Good stuff?
20 Ford Cafe.
Yeah, 20 Ford Cafe on the side of the road. Oh yeah, I wanted to give my little one, Olivia, a shout out because last time we went to Calico about a month ago, I was cleaning out the ice chest and stuff like that, and she noticed these little rubber handle things that latch the ice chest were ripping down below. They're over 5 years old, so I definitely got my money's worth, but I went and bought a 2-pack. So she noticed that they were ripping. Good job, Olivia. She was helping me load up and clean up stuff for that trip. And the ice, doing amazing. That's why I love these ice chests. A ton of it. That bourbon's about gone. That's what I was hydrating with last night. Yep. So there we go. All right, this concludes the video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Come on, fellow brothers, help a brother out. Subscribe and share it. Leave a comment. Tell me your favorite part of the video. Thank you for watching. Click the bell for notifications. Don't forget that one. All that good stuff. I'm out.